The oven's preheated. I'm Mario. That's my Croatian co-host, Franco, a.k.a. Papa Fazul.
Papa.
We're the Oven Podcast. Don't forget, share the show, spank that subscribe button on YouTube, and give us a follow on Instagram. We're back, a mini oven at the studio. Who are we sitting down with tonight?
Long time coming, Mario. Long time coming. We got a good friend of ours, our CPA, John Ohms. Honestly, can't do it without him. And I can't wait for this interview. Let's get right into it.
Keep it cooking in the oven. The oven. The oven. Yep. The oven. The oven. The oven. Yep. The oven. The oven smells good. The oven. The oven. Yep.
Thanks for coming on.
For real.
Pleasure to be here.
Been a long time coming.
Been a long time. We've been trying to do this for a couple of years now.
I know. We got to cheers to this, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What do we got in here? I know John,
So we got
John made some
Captain
drinks.
Morgan private stock, specifically private stock.
I need another hand.
And then we also have ginger ales in the mix.
There you go. We also got that Bubba's Pancakes and Bacon Whiskey. Give it a try.
That pancakes and whiskey. Woo. Pancakes and bacon whiskey.
Basin.
This is really good, dude.
It's my go-to summer drink.
Wow, this is like super refreshing.
All day on the summer on the boat.
I was just like choking on like the.
Drink a few of them.
Dude,
Be flying.
Captain Morgan, 50% Captain, 50% Dr. Pepper. I either black out, get into a fight, or get arrested. I had to stop. In 2013, I had to stop drinking those.
I gotta try the Dr. Pepper then, I guess.
Yeah, no, you could literally mix half and half and not even feel like you're drinking liquor.
I think you just like Dr. Pepper with anything, honestly. Last night we're at Marriage and Air. It's a pizza place over here, and he's the only one not smoking weed. He's just sitting there smoking a nice fat cigar, and he's sitting by the door, and we were talking like, man, we can't even finish these cigars anymore. I forgot where I was going with that.
Franco walks in before he goes, yo, do I look high? I was like, you look cooked.
This is gonna be some podcast, huh?
Dude, I never pay taxes. How do you feel about the social media and the real estate and entrepreneurial gurus like Grant Cardone that brag about legally not paying taxes?
I think technically there's nothing wrong with it. They're playing the system. Basically, high level, what they're doing is they run businesses that theoretically operate at a loss. Okay, so it could be any business, whether it's a podcast. His industry is real estate. Okay, real estate, for example, you say, how are they losing money? He has rental tenants, he's charging income, but they use depreciation to their advantage, which is basically the purchase price of their house. They amortize that or depreciate over 27 years, and it basically turns their cash profit into a loss. So when he has a loss, Grant Cardone, he never shows he's making money, can't tax it. That being said, I'm sure when he cashes out of his investments, he eventually has a day when he does pay taxes that he traditionally does not mention.
Okay. So that makes a lot of sense, and I feel like, some naive or uneducated people are like, oh my God, that's the problem with America. These people aren't paying taxes. But on the books, it all makes sense.
Over time, it usually adds, equals out. I would say think of more like Elon Musk, where he had the years where he didn't pay any taxes, and then he had that 1 year where he paid more taxes than any American in history. So it's a lot of timing issues. Naturally, when they want to, subject you, they're going to pick your tax returns where you don't pay any taxes.
So let's talk about the
Now,
common...
also, I just want to say one other thing. When I say don't pay any other taxes, specify income taxes, folks. Grant Cardone, tons of property taxes, for example.
Right.
A lot of other things.
Right. That makes sense. And I did mean to mention that, so I'm glad you clarified. This is why he's the guy that launders all our money for the podcast.
Can't say that.
He can't say it. I can.
By the way, the Dr. Pepper, he loves it with a cigar.
Yeah.
That's where I was going. Came back full circle. It's gonna be a great podcast now. I'm feeling good.
So what are some tips for the average person to get a bigger tax return?
I would say, first off, don't always associate a bigger tax return with necessarily paying less taxes. Okay, a bigger tax return, all that really means is you lent the government more money throughout the year, and now they're just paying you back. Most savvy individuals don't want to get a refund. They want their money throughout the year, and they don't want to give the government that loan.
Essentially a loan that they're not giving you interest for.
Correct. Now, back to your question, a lot of people do associate their refund with how good their accountant is. Okay, I would get rid of that mindset, focus on paying less taxes, ask your accountant why your taxes went up or down. But back to your questions of how can you pay less taxes, step one is get that accountant.
Okay. So now, what's the biggest mistake you see people making? Like when they come to you, like they were using someone else before, or maybe they were doing their own taxes on what's that thing called?
H&R. You can go to H&R Block. You can do TurboTax. You can do any of those free Tax USA websites.
Right.
Any of those places, you're probably leaving money on the table. So, for example,
Like an exponential amount of money, you think?
well, it depends what you consider an exponential amount. For example, let's say you're strictly a W-2 employee. You have a couple things going on. Maybe you have a brokerage account where you're making some investments. Your tax return probably wouldn't have been that costly if a CPA was going to do it anyways. Okay. If you do it yourself, there's odds are you mess something up. Don't get yourself the most amount of money back. And at the end of the day, the amount of money you're leaving on the table then probably would have been cheaper just to go through the accountant. So you could be talking hundreds of dollars. If you're more savvy and you have more things going on, you could be talking thousands.
Okay. Right. So when that person gets to you, what's like the biggest deduction that you say to yourself, like, wow, you've been missing out on this?
I wouldn't say you've been missing out on, because, for example, think of it this way. If you were missing out on one of your tax deductions, would you actually be responsible, or would you be blaming me? It's usually a reflection of the accountant that prepares your tax return the year prior.
Absolutely.
So as long as the person's been going through an accountant, which most people that have enough things going on in their life do, for the people that do their own tax returns usually have strictly just a W-2. Okay. The people that just have a W-2, they're not going to really have a variation in their tax return to really mess up. You enter your numbers in, how much taxes you owe. It's plain and simple. Once you start having a thing like a house, a business, a side hustle, kids, daycare, things of that nature, itemizing deductions, then you're going to want to make sure you have an accountant getting all that in for you.
Dinner receipts with the side chick and all that.
Dinner receipts with the side chick. Only through a business. Only through a business.
All Mario's Hinge dates. You're gonna start writing those off. I can't wait. You're just gonna see restaurants. You're like, dude, you guys haven't been there. I'm like, no, Mario's been there.
Meals was a lot last year for you guys. I remember that specifically.
Which Mio? Yeah.
Well, meals. I mean, that's what
I
we
know
do.
it's the oven. It's the oven. It's the oven. It's the oven. So I'm like, it makes
Post
sense,
up.
and maybe they won't question it, but otherwise, it might have been a problem.
So one more guru, quote unquote, I want to ask you about is Dave Ramsey. What are your thoughts on that guy? Because I'm 50-50.
Who the fuck is Dave Ramsey?
I like him. I think he's okay. What are your complaints?
I think he's just very conservative.
Very conservative.
And if you're looking to save your money and live that cookie cutter life, he can get you there without a doubt.
Correct. So I think that's exactly it. He primarily speaks to people that are having financial difficulties. So for those people, the advice you would give one person who's just trying to get themselves out of the mud is completely different than someone who's trying to turn their financial situation from good to great. So David Ramsey's philosophy is usually pay cash, don't have credit cards, don't spend money you don't have. If you're not financially savvy, that is your advice. If you have millions of dollars and you can manage your finances and you want to make a lot of money and you're focused on making 15%, not 12%, you're in a different conversation. Dave Ramsey wouldn't be your guy, but he would admit that up front.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. So speaking of credit cards, what are your thoughts on, these credit cards, especially the rewards and the air miles and this and that? How many should we have? Should we have any? And should we stay old school with the money under the mattress and pay cash when we can?
Yeah, I would build off what I just said on the previous one, where you got to ask yourself, which type of person are you? If you can manage having 20 credit cards, go for it, because you'll get a ton of different perks. You'll have one credit card with better meals. You'll have another credit card which gives you the miles. You'll have another credit card that gives you free baggage on a certain airline. The perks are tremendous.
Franco's got enough baggage.
Look who's coming from the left side over here.
If you're going to spend everything you got, go cash.
Yeah.
Don't have the credit cards.
I go through my phases.
So, is cash still king? Will cash always be king?
I don't know. You guys are in Manhattan. There are places now that don't even take cash.
Dude, there's a lot of places. I mean, all the stadiums.
Yeah.
They don't take cash anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you that. I think cash will always be king in certain businesses, at least.
Yeah.
So that'll keep it going. Pizzerias, small businesses, they always want to predominantly deal with cash. You're seeing a lot of restaurants nowadays offer cash discounts where they're baking in the 3 to 5% on top, and then they're giving you a discount if you actually pay cash. Right. So you're seeing that stuff. Cash isn't going to go anywhere, in my opinion. But then again, you will see certain places, maybe like the cities, where they try to request credit cards.
I feel like the way the government is going, and part of the reason why they fear these digital currencies is because they can't track it. So I feel like cash was the digital currencies before there were digital currencies, and they've always hated cash. So I feel like we're going to be headed towards trackable exchanges, and especially once once they get these digital currencies under more control, I think you're going to see them do away with cash.
You think cryptocurrencies are going to replace cash?
Not necessarily replace it, but I think it might, instead of cash and credit, it's going to be credit and digital.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't really attest to crypto too much. I don't think the government will let crypto take over because I think they like to monitor it. So as much as cash can't be monitored, the banks do have an idea what most of the cash is in this country. That power struggle, I think, is going to be a barrier.
Okay.
A lot of people think, I know, I mean, also with Trump, who knows how things are going to go, but a lot of people think crypto is going to be taking over in the next 4 years. I can't attest to that.
I wish I understood it better. I wish I totally understood and grasped the concept of this machine in some room in Ukraine just generating coins.
Just let me ask you this: what advantage does it give you over regular currency? Have you had a problem today buying anything?
No, but I did make a funny joke to the food truck outside of work this morning. When I went to go pay, I was like, "Can I pay in Bitcoin?" And he was like, I was like, "No, I'm just kidding." I thought it was a dad joke, maybe, but I don't know. I thought it was funny. No, I haven't had trouble buying anything, but like we said before,
stupid joke.
Sometimes with cash, I had trouble because they don't take cash.
That is accurate. That is now a problem.
And now, when you swipe that card, Daddy knows where you are.
Daddy knows.
He knows.
Daddy knows.
He does.
But you do get the points.
You do get the points.
So it's not a total wash.
Absolutely.
You keep the miles.
I earned those miles.
I'll take some miles. You take some miles.
I'll take some miles.
So the IRS, the feared IRS.
Yes.
Some people that barely have any money think that the IRS is going to come for them. And the fact is that they're not going to, right?
Audit rates are extremely low. Unless you're doing something sketchy and that really stands out, you're not getting audited. You could even mess up probably your tax return, not report something, and they'll just send you a bill saying, hey, you forgot this.
Okay. So they're not
but that being said, if you're doing sketchy activity, you deal with very high dollar amounts, then maybe you can increase your audit risk. But the person that in your equation that doesn't have that much money is worried about, a couple $100 coming after them. That's not happening.
Okay. Good to know. I didn't want those IRS agents knocking down my door with their Glocks in 6 hours, But
grandma waking her up.
So how we keep saying someone who's not that savvy with money. How can someone build their knowledge of currency and wealth? And what advice do you have? Simple tricks for them to get better with money.
Increasing your literacy and just paying attention. Social media has done a decent part. I would say it goes both ways. Don't just listen to a 2-minute video. Make sure you pay attention to the depth of the topic. 2 minutes from Gordon Ramsay or even what's his name?
Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey or first guy.
Grant Cardone.
Grant Cardone.
Gordon Ramsay's the better Ramsay anyway.
Seriously. Yeah, either of them, 2 minutes to them, you're probably getting misleading information. If you pay attention to the whole topic for probably hours, you're going to be much better. Best thing you can do for the average individual is if you actually have a CPA doing your taxes is spend that time once a year when you drop off all your paperwork and just ask them everything you could think of at that time. Everything will register through their brain. They'll be able to give you feedback. They know what credits you're looking for. They know what deductions you're eligible for. Tax advice for one person is not necessarily tax advice for another person. So that utilize that one time, take advantage of their recommendations, and then I would say start there. Improving your overall financials, I would say maybe just have a budget. So many people probably don't even have a budget and know how much money they make, spend on a monthly basis. Tracking that and reevaluating over the course of weeks and months, seeing if you hit your targets. That's probably the starting point.
Okay. Another common question that I feel like gets discussed all over, it's cubicle talk. I feel like not all the time, but every once in a while.
This will be good.
So the zero dependence versus more dependence.
Are you talking about your filings when you're withholding?
Your filings, and I think that you kind of answered this question earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong. It would make sense to have on your filing as many dependents as you can without owing, right? Because then, therefore, you're collecting more every week, and you're not lending the government that money that they're not paying you interest on.
Correct, as long as you're prepared to pay it at the end of the year.
Absolutely. Well, I guess that's where I was saying,
you're not going to give them the interest-free loan.
Right.
But then at the end of the year, if you've, for example, I have people that, and it usually happens with like divorcees, they'll say they have so many kids and the husband's been taking care of a lot of things. And the next thing you know, they change their withholding statuses. When they go single, they realize they don't have 8 kids anymore, and then they get smacked. Unprepared. If you're prepared to pay the money come April 15th, you can have excessive withholdings. But I would say that, it's dangerous.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And I mean,
That's why a lot of people prefer the refund. Not to worry about it. You're getting money, etc.
Again, the people who aren't savvy with their money, they don't trust themselves, and they'd rather just do whatever they think they should do just to get the return and be like, okay, I'm good.
And then I also have savvy people though that, for example, still walk into $7,000, $10,000 refunds. And there's almost nothing they can really do differently because it's dependent on the annual tax credits that are rolled out. They could change, every year. Kids make a big factor there, dependent credits, child tax credits. So depending on that dollar amount, which can change every year, that swings your equation. Bam, someone can go from breaking even, paying the right amount, to a $4,000, $6,000 refund.
Okay. Franco's going to be making a lot of money now, this tier 1 processor he's got going on.
We sure hope so. We sure hope so.
I want good Christmas gifts. I want good Christmas
I told you, I'm finally going to get you your first pair of Nikes. I'm going to get you a pair of Jordans.
Nikes aren't comfortable. I don't do them.
Adidas, aren't those Reebok?
These are Adidas Cloud Foam.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay.
I'm all about comfort.
Nice.
Cloud Foam. He's walking on the clouds. You may as well get Skechers, too.
I'm going to. And New Balance, those are in now.
No, New Balance are great.
I'm over 30. My feet hurt. I'm going for comfort.
New Balance is like socks on your socks. I love New Balance. They're so soft and they're so light. Those are actually my favorite cleats to wear. New Balance cleats. Hands down.
Interesting.
Under the ankle, though. You can't go high.
But Franco was wearing the New Balance cleats when you would get made fun of for wearing them.
Yeah, I can
New
still
Balance
see that
is in now.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
in back then.
Yeah.
Franco just had to fit his hammer toes in something.
Oh, God.
So we got a man of many trades sitting here. I want to go from Johnny CPA to Johnny Cooks.
Chef.
Johnny Chef. Okay.
Chef.
Chef Johnny.
Chef.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. No, you're
Chef.
right. Chef Johnny. So I know you're a foodie. I've been to the garage, been to the house. I know you have like 4 barbecues, 2 smokers.
I got 9 in total.
Oh my God.
9 in total.
That was absurd when we were in your garage that day.
I got 2 boat grills, propane and charcoal. I have gas grill, which is what we all start off with, right? Unfortunately, in the suburbs of Nassau County. Then you upgrade it to the Traeger wood pellet.
Yeah.
I got 3 Kamados, all different sizes, a kettle, and a Weber Smoky Mountain.
Franco had the charcoal on his front lawn. He lived in a little bit north in Levittown.
We were melting the shingles under our roof.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just love getting in with that.
Oh, tasty good.
So like, what would be your go-to meat to put on?
Go-to meat. I would probably say ribs.
Okay.
Ribs or brisket.
Ribs are all right.
Ribs or
Nice.
brisket, yeah. Without a doubt. Turkey's, Thanksgiving's come up, so maybe turkey. I like a smoked turkey, even though I'm not really a turkey guy. But smoked turkey, done right, perfect.
So you think turkey, like a smoked turkey, is the best type of turkey for Thanksgiving?
Oh, that's the only way to make them. You can't have your grandma's dry turkey in the oven.
Man,
No.
Mom, listen up.
No,
You hear this?
No.
Get creative, Lori. Get creative.
Come on, Laura. My mom's
Deep fried turkey maybe as an alternative.
I was going to ask
But
if you ever did that. Have you tried
No,
it?
I don't. I haven't done that. But it's spatchcock, smoked turkey. Final answer.
Okay. Have you guys tried Madden's turducken?
No, I have not. That's intimidating, though. I know what you're talking about.
It's on my list. I haven't gotten there yet.
Have not gotten there.
I'm happy we brought this up. I feel like Thanksgiving is a super overrated holiday. Like, I don't give a shit about the whole giving thanks and this and that. I'm thankful all the time. I'm thankful every day. Like, the turkey, miss me with the turkey. Come on. Like, it's such a, like, the food, I'd rather eat the Italian and, like, just skip the whole American side of the meal. Like,
You're
who
really
eats,
not
like,
wrong.
does anyone really eat the cranberry sauce?
Ugh.
Right? Like, come on. And pumpkin pie? Never. Like, no, stuffing, Rob's behind the camera saying
Thanksgiving as well?
I like stuffing. That stuffing I look forward to. Like, I wake up, like, Thanksgiving morning, I'm like, oh, that fucking stuffing smells great. But, like, I'm going to eat the turkey and then go to bed? Like, come on.
I wanted to give him a chance to finish his rant. I know
I'm
you
actually
asked me.
kind of with them, so I was going to say we have 3
See?
people doing it.
See?
No, I have to say I'm all about Thanksgiving. I think the food is overrated, but luckily my name ends in a vowel, so we get the Italian
does
food.
mine.
No, we get the Italian food. What you said before, the Italian food.
the Italian meal
if the
first.
Italian food wasn't present, it's overrated. You know, you do the baked ziti or the lasagna first.
yeah.
You know, sometimes
no
like
Italian.
turkey's so overrated that
Grandma's
they
fried
usually
turkey.
make a roast in addition to the
Correct.
turkey.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like, and
you're
now
not
it's at the point in my family where we're not even buying a whole turkey anymore because it just goes to waste. It's just for the concept of doing the turkey.
I like turkey more as a leftover. Like a couple days later, cold, mayo, white bread, salt, pepper, bang. That's better than the roasted turkey coming out of the oven.
Might have to make you a smoked turkey. I got a couple in the freezer.
White or dark meat.
White all day.
White all day on a turkey, but on a chicken, dark.
Really?
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
when we like the chicken wings, I want like the flats. I'll eat all the flats.
What do you think about thighs?
I don't dislike them, but if I had my choice, and there's like 10 of them, and there's 5 and 5, I'm eating every flat.
Interesting.
Thighs are underrated.
Thighs are extremely underrated.
Because you're just dying for some flavor when you eat chicken, and the thighs are the fattiest piece of the chicken, and it just gives you everything you need.
Avoided them my whole life until probably 2 years ago. I don't know what happened.
Should I grow up?
It's unbelievable.
You should.
Unbelievable.
I want to do a marry, fuck, kill. I want to do a marry, fuck, kill, and we're going to marry, fuck, kill the birds: chicken, turkey, and duck.
I think this is kind of easy. But go ahead, you first.
Probably fuck with chicken. Just sounds right. Marry, fuck, kill. Kill the duck?
Okay,
Marry the turkey? That doesn't sound right. Marry the duck. Marry the duck. Kill the turkey.
Really? But
Yeah,
no, you're
turkey's
talking
too
about a
big.
food standpoint?
I don't know what this is going to be. What am I doing? Marry to my house, Mario? Get a turkey too big. Duck, put it in a cage.
I think he's talking about food-wise.
yeah, food wise.
Like eating-wise.
Oh, eating wise?
Yeah.
Marry, fuck, kill.
I was trying to come up with
Oh,
something.
I mean,
like-
listen, chicken's superior. All around. Duck is probably the most flavorful one bite. Turkey's by far the last.
So marry in that order: chicken.
Yeah, you're
marry
marrying chicken. You're fucking duck. I guess in this equation, you're killing turkey.
I'm with
That's
that.
easy.
I think that's where I stand on this too. The duck at 317 Main with Chef Eric Levine was all time.
Phenomenal duck could be number one, but versatility of the chicken.
I can eat chicken in every meal.
Talk to us, Mario.
Guys, this is such a bad take out of both of you. It really is. Like, here, you want some pancake and bacon whiskey?
Yeah,
I think it's a little stuck
Little jam
on there.
there,
Let me
huh?
open that up. Hey,
Shout out Bubba's.
yeah, Bubba's whiskey. I only have so many hands.
Hey,
so-
while we're at it,
there
I
you
want
go.
to shout out our boys, their fellow MacArthur guys, Dethroned Cab Company. They actually have a sick new drop coming December 1st. Mario, it's kind of right up your alley, man. It's a Luke Combs take. It's like a country style hat. Has like the longhorns and stuff. Got to go check them out at Dethroned Cap Co on Instagram. It's right here on the head, and actually fits too. Look at it.
No,
Like
it looks great.
You say nothing fits you. Is that
The
do I
backwards
remember that
dethrone?
correctly?
Yeah, the backwards dethrone is fire. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I only have two. I have 2 notches left on the back.
Gotcha.
I mean, but sometimes I can't even wear the hats.
Try this on. This is
Oh
big ones.
God, here we go.
Can you get it on?
Oh my god, it's a yarmulke on him.
Wait, put this on.
Johnny the Kid.
That's Kenny Kawaguchi over here. Is that his
That's
name?
too funny, man. That's too funny.
So
Man.
I'm going to give you my take on the chicken, turkey,
Yeah, let's
and the
hear it,
duck.
let's hear it.
Okay, I'm going to say
Mario can't kill the turkey because he hasn't killed a turkey in years. So
I think I killed a turkey the last time I went turkey hunting, which was a few years ago. That was the last time I went.
years.
It's actually right there. It's that turkey right there. So,
I
listen.
was looking at that the whole time.
Yeah, that's a turkey.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
That was a big turkey. Look at that beard. You see the
took
beard?
this
That's probably
personally.
like
Yeah,
8
that is a
inches.
big turkey.
Yeah.
His dad gutted it.
So, duck to me, sometimes I'm over the fattiness sometimes with the duck. And I know we've just talked about how sometimes fat
thighs.
transforms the flavor. To me, it kind of, if it's too fatty, duck makes me gag a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But
Classy guy over here.
you gotta marry chicken because the versatility is off the charts with
Yeah.
chicken. And like America loves wings.
7 days a week.
Yeah, 7 days a week. You know, it's a lean meat. It's not bad for your heart.
Except for fucking Chick-fil-A. Having Sundays.
He doesn't want to be thankful and he doesn't believe in God's day, this guy. All right? So next we got turkey. You gotta fuck turkey. You gotta fuck turkey because you guys know when the roll and the mayo, the tomato, and the lettuce come together, covered in turkey on a sandwich or a hero, you just need that sometimes.
That was fucking deep, dude.
Yeah, he was
And
really
I feel
good.
like
I wanted
you-
to argue it, but I
Yeah,
couldn't.
no, like
right, fine,
still
take
no,
it.
I still disagree, but
But you guys
I
all
mean,
think
that
of that
was-
taste that I just.
Well, you're really bringing in turkey sandwiches now over the,
Yeah, I'm
the
not
one
eating-
time
I'm
we're
not
having
eating-
duck at
yeah, I'm
a
not eating
wedding.
a duck sandwich.
You know. Also, the duck sandwiches are pretty good. Go
Yeah.
down south, yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I gotta try
Duck
new
fat
duck.
fries with a little duck sandwich.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So I mean, talking about some interesting, some interesting mixes right there. What is like what's a combo of food that's out there that you like? The most out there food combo.
most out there food combo. You ever heard of a garbage plate?
Ooh, I've heard of it. Refresh my memory.
Rochester based. There was a place in Manhattan that had them recently, shut down, unfortunately, Daddy O's, downtown Manhattan. But it's basically a bed of home fries and macaroni salad with hot meat sauce poured over the top with either your choice of 2 hot dogs or hamburgers.
Hot dogs all day.
Okay.
Hamburger for sure.
Mustard, ketchup, onions, pretty much all of them poured on. I think mustard's a mandatory. And you just wash that down with some bread.
Wow, that sounds
Yeah,
orgasmic.
so-
Dude, that sounds like
It's actually delicious. I would put that probably in my, out of all the things I've eaten in Manhattan, that's probably top 5 experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
Top five.
Tough
Can I have a lighter, please? I'm freaking dying over here. This thing went out on me. But while he's grabbing that lighter, first thing that comes to mind when I say this, the person that starts unnecessary email threads. You have that conversation going, and they start in unnecessary. We already have a thread. Why are you starting another one, Karen? You know what I mean?
I have a very official email structure. Anyone that deviates from my policies usually hears that at my job. I don't want unnecessary emails. I don't want to be included on emails that don't relate to me. We have very bullet format emails. I want to read them in 10 seconds, and we call it a day.
Wow. So you tell me that means you definitely have a rule.
But we end it
Don't
with thanks. We end it with thanks and an exclamation point to act friendly. That's the trick.
I was gonna ask.
You read my mind. I was like,
That's
"There's
the
no
trick.
way you're doing the thank yous then."
Gotta do the thank yous.
Okay, that's
Gotta
mandatory.
do the thank yous.
But-
You don't gotta be nice in real life, but you gotta be nice in an email.
Absolutely.
So that's always like your ending. Like your exit is thanks.
Thanks. Let them know you're really thankful,
And
and
then
then they take that. and they
that's your
run.
sign off.
That's it. Sign off.
So like what I want to have like a different sign off. Like when I'm sending,
Cheers.
I saw cheers and like, how does ciao sound? Like it's almost like an ode to my dad. Like ciao. That's what he says when he signs off the phone.
Never seen that.
Right? You never seen
Never
it?
seen the chow.
Is that more friendly or is that like
The most friendly one I think I've seen commonly is the cheers.
cheers? Yeah.
Cheers. But it's usually someone international.
Okay.
I don't know why that's a correlation.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I had like a Scottish
They have a better
professor.
life over there.
No, they do though.
Yeah.
My Scottish professor,
Professor.
Scottish professor, I think, did that. Jurgen Young. That's one name, one professor I'll never forget. I don't know if
never.
he was Scottish, but the name like that, Jurgen Young, with the
Yeah.
J's, you know what I mean? It was 2 J's.
Oh, it's
I think
J's.
he was like Scottish and Asian mixed.
I took African studies 3 times, and my professor twice was Oye Ronke, Oye Wume, straight from Kenya. Failed me twice. I looked at her, I was like, honestly, this is starting to, like, this might be your fault now. Like, you kidding me? So when you have a phone call scheduled, right? Let's say it's or a Zoom meeting, 1 p.m. Do you, and you're the host, do you make them sweat it out? Like, are you right on time at 1 o'clock, or usually like 1:01?
Host got to be there. I say you have a 2-minute buffer.
Okay.
2-minute buffer. 5 minutes is a problem.
Yeah,
The host has
anything-
to be there. The host
Yeah.
should be there immediately.
What about you, like with a phone call? Like if I have a 1 o'clock phone call, I'm sitting there by the phone looking at it, waiting for it to go from 12:59 to 1.
Like when we have group phone calls, I will say it's at 1 o'clock. I will call Franco at 12:59. You ready? I'm going to conference him in. At 1 o'clock, we call that other person.
That's what I
And there
do.
have been times where we've gotten on a phone call. We had technical difficulties. We were 2 minutes late, and we got and like picture us like I'm in my car on the way from work. He's in his car on the way from work. We're like we're serious, but we're a little bit characters, you know. And like we hop on, and like the first thing the person says is like, honestly, I can't even say it, but like just picture us getting chewed out. It was quite the experience.
Wait, how late were you?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah. No, I've had calls with lawyers before. If you're 2 minutes late, they let you know about it because they're billing you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you wasted 4 minutes? Yeah, that's going to cost you, you know what I mean?
Time is
There's
money.
3 guys on the call, and we charge an hourly rate of 500 plus. It's like, okay.
Dude, that's what people don't understand about meetings too. Not even the monetary value, but just the amount of time that's wasted when you're in a meeting. Everyone thinks like, oh, an hour meeting. If you have 8 people in that meeting, you just wasted the company 8 hours of time.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about. And a lot of people don't think about it that way.
Most meetings shouldn't even be an hour.
Absolutely. Shouldn't even be in
15
person.
minutes, maybe, you know what I mean? You can get your message across. Unless it's like really a collaborative discussion, you're really going over something serious.
Absolutely.
15 minutes, 20 minutes. Hour, people can't pay attention.
Ed Milet.
Maybe that's why his podcast is 30 minutes. Huh?
Yeah, our fans, they don't really have the attention span. But Ed Milet, I love Ed Milet. I'm big into podcasts, and I mean, apparently. But he's big on that. He'll schedule like a 5-minute meeting, a 10-minute meeting, a 23-minute meeting. If he's scheduling it for however long he thinks it's going to take. And I love that.
That makes sense.
We've been filming for 30 minutes. Rob's been eating the whole entire time.
You know, it's kind of hard to fucking hear Franco. You're rattling your fucking Taco Bell package over there. How I gotta fucking? How do I gotta concentrate?
If that's gonna distract you,
Franco's
you need to
hungry.
really work on your skills.
I can hear him.
Wait till you go to do your intro.
I can hear
him. Go like this, and you're gonna be stuttering the whole time.
I'm gonna fuck your dog.
Oh my! Oh, you're done. He's done. Amanda hates him now.
So before Franco,
No. Don't before. I got one more before that. I need it.
Franco
I need it.
loves.
No,
he loves
yeah.
his-
No, I have to. This was like a last second thing. So, your boy Porky actually put this in the group chat earlier. Porky is Andrew. For Mario who doesn't know, you have. So let's picture it. You have 1,000 grapes on this table, right?
Boy.
You get $50,000 for every grape you eat, but one grape is poisonous and will kill you. How many grapes are you eating before you stop?
100 grapes, you said?
1,000 grapes.
1,000 grapes.
So you're playing essentially. You're playing for 50 mil.
0.
0?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm good. 50,000, you got to up it a bunch.
It's 1,000 grapes. You think you're gonna pick one and
My luck could be bad. Could be bad.
Oh, dude.
No risk. No risk.
It could be the first one.
Ramsey motto, you know?
I'm with him. I'm not putting money on my life.
50 grand. You got to make it.
I have it written right here. I'm going at least 10%.
Listen,
Like I'm going 10%.
You mean the kid
10%?
Yeah, I'm eating 100.
Ooh, baby.
the kid that doesn't like Thanksgiving is going to risk his life for money?
Blueberry pie.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no. To risk the life, you got to be in the millions. You got to give. You got.
Yeah,
you
I'm
got to be
trying-
in the millions.
I'm trying to make 5 mil from it.
That's a lot of blueberries.
Not grapes.
Grapes. Grapes are better. Yeah, no, not for me.
Okay.
Pass. Hard pass.
I had to ask.
Hard pass. And I would do some stuff for some money, but not that.
The grapes, dude. I feel like I don't know. I would sit here and
If you put prison sentence up there or something like that, I would gamble.
okay.
He literally took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm a gambler.
I was like, I would go to jail for my family. I don't know
Yeah.
if I would die over something
Yeah.
stupid like a grape.
No need to risk it. No need to risk it.
The grape is worth $50,000 each. Don't just think of it as a grape.
I have faith in my life to make something of myself and not choose death for a grape
Dude,
for 50,000.
You eat 50 grapes real quick. You eat 20
And
grapes
all
real
it takes
quick.
is one to.
Just throw 20 in real quick. You're gonna get $1 million in your pocket.
Not if it's the death one.
It's not gonna be the death one, dude. Out of 1,000,
You never know,
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's
Not worth it for me.
It's not worth
I
it.
don't know,
It's
man.
Not worth it.
dude.
I'm pressing.
going
my-
to 10%.
I'm pressing. Yeah, I'm pressing.
10%.
I'll start an OnlyFans for 50,000.
He's been trying to get me to do a fee finder for the last.
Dude, I'm telling you, we could probably fund the fucking podcast and more. Down payment on our house. He always asks me to get an apartment or a house together. I always tell him no. If you do Feet Finder and you get the down payment, I'll live with you.
I'm getting Brian Lee's finishing my leg up on. He's finishing my foot on Saturday. So when my foot is done, we'll start taking some feet pics. It's gonna go viral, especially with the tattoo.
We get to go to the beach and put our toes in the sand and stuff.
Like crinkle my toes.
Make a little calendar.
That's like a Colby Clay. And I crinkle my nose and it hits to my toes.
We're gonna cut it here and say, let everyone know where they can find you. That's to you.
Where are they finding me?
Yeah. They want to, listen, they heard all the advice you have. They're doing their taxes.
Oh, so I would reach out to me, Ohms, Johms, CPA, gmail.com. I am not advertising. I am very content to admit that after 4 or 5 years now, I have never had to advertise, never make a website or anything like that. Everything has been word of mouth.
Amazing.
That's how you came to me, from Franco, and you probably came to me from Porky that we just mentioned.
So
I think that's how that happened.
Yep, it's all a circle.
Yeah, but never had to advertise yet. I keep saying every year maybe I will to see what it does, but I just haven't had to, and every year I'm pretty much at capacity anyways. So, but always taking new clients, so happy to take anyone that you guys that's listening in.
Good for you. I like that. That's great. I got one more before Franco hits you with the finisher. Just one more. I got to sneak one in. Usually it's Franco, but what is the earliest? Let me rephrase that question. How soon is too soon to send you our tax documents in the new year? Like, what's annoying? Like, if I send it to you on January 5th, am I annoying
You don't have it January 5th.
Okay.
So your W-2s
January 31st.
Your W-2s probably aren't available till February.
Okay.
Your brokerage accounts aren't available till mid-February. If you have K-1s and you're investing in businesses, they're not available till March, right? Sometimes even after. So once you have all your documents together, hand those in. If you know that you're going to have things like K-1s waiting till March, April, and it might be pending, get all your stuff in, let your accountant work on it, entering it. In the meantime, you might get thrown on extension, and when that last piece of information comes in, they'll start working on it. But I would say once you substantially have all your information ready.
Okay. All right. I guess I was thinking too much about that. Go ahead, Frank.
All right, I want to know one person, dead or alive, that you could sit down to dinner with and ask any questions to. They got to answer. Who would it be?
Oh, dead or alive? Oh, man, you got to give me like a genre.
Porn.
Porn. Easy. I'm looking at so many dead porn stars. I would probably go someone extremely old. I would want something probably between the 15th and like maybe 1700s. Like old. That's kind of a bad question. I was kind of thinking about where would I go back in time. I would think 15 to 700. If I could visit one person that's dead, I'm probably thinking more current. I'd probably think of an athlete, maybe like Ruth, just to see what he was going through at the time.
Who is she?
Who is she?
The Sultan of SWAT?
You know what I mean? Did he feel the fame then? I guess is kind of what I would be wondering.
Ooh.
Like the legacy he has now, did he feel that back then? You know,
like that.
That's what I'd be interested in.
First time we got Babe
But
Ruth.
Wow.
Hey, shout out the Squints times the S-Town glasses,
Yeah.
too. We got them on here, the transition lenses.
Great time in the city last week.
Oh, man. I was hurting after that for sure.
Dude, great answers. Great time.
Thanks for having me
Appreciate you
on.
coming
It's been a
on.
while.
Dude, thank you for
Pleasure,
everything you do
boys.
for us, man.
Of course,
Seriously.
man. It's a pleasure. Pleasure working with you.
Guys, don't forget, follow us on all socials. Keep sharing the show. Spank that subscribe button on YouTube. And there's always an open seat for you at the oven.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Brush your hair.
Don't forget, we teamed up with Underdog Fantasy. We have a promo code OVEN. We're going to give you 50% cash back on your deposit, maximum $500. That's a free $250 in the bag for you if you do it the right way. It's free money.
Money in the bag.
And W Energy. Same code OVEN, get you 10% off your first order. I think every order, actually, correct?
Every order.
Every order moving forward. 10% off W Energy drinks. They're the clean energy. We love them. You're going to love them.
Keep it cooking in the oven.